Folks, welcome back to another episode of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk, super late night edition. It is technically early Thursday morning, but who cares? Because we're giving you content. We are giving you another weekly slate prediction. We are in week 5 of the NFL regular season. I am Dom. That's Gonz. Gonz. It's late, but we still predicting. How you feeling?
Yeah, but they're not going to watch this right now. They'll watch it. Well, maybe they like to watch it late night Thursday. We'll see.
There's some late night vibes, you know.
For us, it's a recording session late night, but it's all good.
You'll
be up on Thursday when you watch this before the Thursday night game. But I'm doing great. It's time to talk Week 5. I think we've finally go ahead and put that Ravens loss behind us. Let's move on to Week 5. Dom clearly hasn't, but I'm glad
one of us put it behind us.
I'm ready for Week 5. Let's get into it.
All right, ladies and gents.
We gotta go over I forgot. We should go over the results from last week first, right?
Oh yes, we should indeed go over them results from last week.
I jumped the gun a little bit. Let me slow down. All right, so Week 4, I have taken the win yet again. Going. Oh wait. No, that was right. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I was looking at our results for the previous week. All right. So I took the dub just by one game, going 11-4-1 with that Green Bay Packers tying the Cowboys. That's that one tie. And then Dom had a solid week as well, going 10-5-1. But still, yours truly got the win, and I'm starting to climb back into it. My grand total through 4 weeks is 42-23-1. And Dom's total is 42-21-1. So we are neck and neck. We've got 42 wins apiece. He's got 2 less losses than me, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna climb back into it. I'm trying to figure out how that's even possible.
What? How I have 2 less losses?
Yeah, it's like you didn't predict a game or something.
I mean, I think the math is still
okay.
I don't know. We'll have to double check.
I feel like you still might be in the lead. But we'll double check that after.
We'll have to double check the numbers, folks. It's late night, so our math probably might not be mathing correctly. He had to correct me a few times before we even got on here about the math because I was being slow. So
I was just adding up the total, and it's like you have a less total games that you picked. I don't know. I mean, think about it: 43-22-1, or 43-21-1, and 43-23-1. Like that's,
Yeah, it sounds off. We're gonna.
I'm still the best picker of all time, so we'll see.
He's not winning the season. Just to let
by the end of the year, we still got a lot of games left.
It's still like 12 weeks left of football, so plenty of time.
A fifth of the way through. We still got
so it was still plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to get those numbers right for you guys. We'll try to have them right for you next week when we do our slate predictions, just to make sure we know who's leading and what the correct record is. But all right, we're just going to get right into it for these predictions. Let's get the schedule up on the board here, and let's start off pretty simple. We got Thursday Night Football. San Francisco is heading to Los Angeles to face off against those Rams. Gonz, for me, I'm going with the Rams. I'm not thinking too much into this. Brock Purdy is not playing. Ricky Pearsall is not playing. Jawan Jennings is not playing in this game. Rams, but it'll be too much. I mean,
Purdy's looked shaky this year also. I just don't. Even when he was playing week 1, he did not really look good. And credit to Mike McDonald and the Seahawks, but and now they're trying to bring him back, and he didn't play well in the Jags game. They're holding him out again, like you said. Yeah, I just don't. And it's in LA. I feel like the Rams are going to take this by a decent margin. Be like 10-plus points. So, yeah, give me the Rams on Thursday night.
Yeah, both on Rams Thursday night. Now we got some London games. Another international game for the NFL. Minnesota at Cleveland. Cleveland is technically designated as the home team for this game. It's at 9:30 on Sunday. This one's a little bit interesting only because defensively, I feel like Cleveland will be able to rattle Minnesota a little bit. Actually, now that I think about it, they couldn't really do it against Detroit. So I'm probably just going to take Minnesota here. I'm going mini for the win in London.
Well, you also got to consider for this one that Cleveland is possibly going to start Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, no, not possibly. That is confirmed. Thank you for bringing that up. It is
okay.
confirmed. Dylan Gabriel will start in his first game.
Yeah, so
with the Minnesota Vikings.
With that being said, I'm just going to go. I mean, this game could be a lot closer than you think because, I mean, Flacco was just terrible for them, I thought. I mean, it's a shame to see him play so bad as a Ravens fan, but we did kick his ass, so that was nice. So I still think Minnesota's going to win this, but the Cleveland Browns could stay in this tough because, the Steelers kind of had their way with that defense of Minnesota's a little bit last week at times. So if the Browns can just have an efficient quarterback play, run the ball with Judkins, which they have struggled with this year, they could make it close. Honestly, the quarterback play is the biggest thing for me, but I'm low-key leaning towards an upset for Cleveland, but I'm going to go ahead and pick Minnesota. But don't be surprised if the Browns maybe pull it off or keep it extremely tight. Because
I think if they keep it tight, it'll be because of their defense.
But their defense keeps games tight in general. I mean, the Ravens were close with us for half. They were close with the Packers, and they beat the Packers. So I wouldn't shock me at all because Wentz is turnover prone, as we've seen. And he took a lot of sacks last week. So it would not surprise me at all if this game was 10-10 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if that pressure gets to him, it could be GG's. For sure. But going Minnesota for London games. Next up, we're now into the 1:00 slate. We have Las Vegas heading to Indianapolis. Las Vegas's offense, man, it's just I don't Gino and I don't know, man. Just give me Indy. I just think Indy's defense. You saw how they competed against Los Angeles, the Rams last week. Daniel Jones still playing efficient. He had a turnover in that game, I believe. He threw an interception in that game, but he's still been pretty efficient for this Indianapolis team. I think they bounce back and get a win at home against Vegas.
Oh yeah, Indianapolis all the way. I'm done with the Raiders, as I said weeks ago. They are a mess. Give me the Colts. Give me a rebound game, and I think they'll take care of business. It's at home. As long as you can play good on offense and don't let this Vegas defense try to take over the game, you should be fine. Because I think Vegas's defense is not as bad as people say. Even though they did surrender 25 and 41, the Commanders back up. So, give me the Colts. The Raiders are a mess.
All right, them New York Giants, those G-men, coming off a nice win against the Los Angeles Chargers, are heading to New Orleans to face off against the Saints. Now, I talked to a friend of mine at work today who said this could be considered a trap game for the New York Giants. They came into this year, that was supposed to be the easiest game for them. Jackson Dart coming off a hot win. He is questionable this week with a hamstring injury, according to my Giants fan sources. So, I don't know. I still feel like the Giants. Now, the Giants are without Malik Neighbors. He unfortunately suffered an ACL tear in their win against the Chargers, unfortunately. But I don't know. I still have the Giants here. I think their D-line is just gonna wreck the Saints at home. I think the Giants win a close one.
That's hilarious. You say trap game for one of the worst teams in the league.
I didn't say it was. I didn't say it was a trap game. I said a friend of mine said it could be a trap game.
You're telling me the Giants are expected to win a football game? That's crazy. Well, it's crazy, but it's true because the Giants, they got a win against the Chargers last week. That was a pretty shocking victory. First start for Jackson Dart. He looked pretty good. Tickets as low as $25. Oh my God. Sorry to shout that out, but I just had to. That was
in New Orleans too, by the way.
You can buy. There's some meals that are more expensive than that.
Mind you, in New Orleans,
yeah, it is. Give me the Giants. I think the Giants take care of business. I think that, although I don't know, I don't really trust the Giants because it's like I'm just going to go ahead and pick them to see if they can bounce or build upon that victory they got in Week 4 against the Chargers. We'll see if the emotions carry over and they can keep it going, or if they're unprepared because they're still emotional about winning the game. We'll see. This game could go either way. Honestly, these teams are both not very good, but I guess I'll just pick the Giants.
I'm not gonna lie, it is funny because as I look at it, the Giants are underdogs in this game, so that should be fun. Up next, we have them Dallas Cowboys coming off the tie that we mentioned earlier against the Green Bay Packers. What a game that was Sunday night when those Cowboys took on those Packers. Was not expecting a tie. That was not on my bingo card for that game. That was fun to watch, though. Those offenses were both electric. But they are heading against the Jets, who are also, again, looking for a win. They are still winless going into this season. A lot of big mistakes in their last game, a lot of penalties, just a lot of immaturity a lot in that game. Just a lot of mistakes on their part. Will the Cowboys still be without CeeDee Lamb? I think that's the biggest question. But, I mean, George Pickens showed up against the Packers defense that was considered one of the best in the league. So, you know what? Give me the Cowboys here. I just think they'll be able to outscore this Jets offense. And I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means, but I think I'm going to give the Cowboys at least a 10-point win here against the Jets.
You know, we picked the Cowboys to beat Chicago the last time they were on the road against a winless team. Now they have it again right here this week. I don't know. They seem to play better at AT&T Stadium in 2025. So, unfortunately for the Cowboys and fortunately for the Jets, this game is being played at MetLife. So, I don't know. The Cowboys need to learn from their last mistakes because the Bears now are 2-2 and they're looking good, and they got a jump start on by beating the Cowboys at their home in a game where everyone was picking Dallas for the most part. So we'll see if Dallas can learn from that and take care of business against on a winless squad on the road this time. So, part of me wants to pick the Jets to get their first win in the season because they didn't learn about it.
Is your upset of the week?
But I don't think so. I just don't have the confidence. I don't know if Fields is coming back. He might. I think he is. He did miss last week against the Bucks, or 2 weeks ago against the Bucks. Did he play last week?
No, he did not.
He didn't play again't Miami on Monday?
I think he actually did. I think he did,
right? Okay, all right.
Miami, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even watch that game, guys. I'm not even going to lie. So I don't know what happened in the Dolphins game.
And Fields, he's not on the injury report, so he should be good to go.
I still think you should give me the Cowboys. I think their offense will do enough, and they'll learn from their last mistake against the Bears when they were winless.
All right, picking them Cowboys. All right, next up, Denver, who is coming off the score wasn't really like, I'm not gonna lie, no, the score was bad. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Bengals real bad on Monday Night Football. Going up against those Philadelphia Eagles, who are still undefeated this year. They've just been playing smart football. Like they find ways to win, whether it's throwing through the air, through the ground, or that defense getting stops. Either way, though, they're winning games. They'll be in Philly for this one. Kind of hard for me to pick against Philly in this game. I mean, I thought Tampa Bay almost had them. I thought Tampa Bay was going to give them more run for their money in that game. It did not start off that way. But Philly's just rolling. They're just rolling right now. I don't think they take their first loss this week. I think I'm going to pick them over Denver.
I don't trust the Broncos. They haven't looked that great this year. They looked okay against Cincinnati, but yeah, give me the Eagles. The Bengals, they're a mess. Their defense is looking bad. Browning's looking bad. So that was a nice get-right game for them on Monday Night Football. So I don't think it's enough to beat Philly, though. I don't think the Broncos' offense has showed me enough. We'll see, though. But give me the Eagles.
All right, next up, Miami Dolphins heading to Carolina to face off against those Panthers. Miami is without Tyreek Hill. He dislocated, I believe, his knee. Some torn ligaments in there. He's out for the year, which elevates Jalen Waddle to wide receiver one. This is going to be interesting. They're coming off a win against the Jets, who, again, were kicking themselves in the foot in that game. And I believe the Panthers are not looking for their first win because they beat the brakes off Atlanta to get their first win, I believe. So kind of similar teams in similar spots here. Miami's looking for salvation, and Carolina's just trying to hang in there. This is an interesting game. This is a tough one to pick. I don't know why though. I'm probably gonna rock with Miami. I think I'm gonna take Miami here. I think they go back to back in wins.
I'm going to go ahead and pick Carolina here as my upset pick of the week. I think that at home they can get it done. I mean, look what they did to the Falcons at home a couple weeks ago.
They beat the brakes off them.
They look
like
a different team on the road versus at their home, at least through the first couple weeks of the year. So in Miami, I still am not sold on them because I mean they've just looked atrocious for the first couple weeks. I know they won against the Jets, but even the Jets were coming back a little bit at the end. I think Bryce Young can get it going, channel that offense, defense that can get after Tua and make him. There's no Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had a bad leg injury in the Monday Night Football game against the Jets, so hopefully he can get better in the coming weeks and months because it looked pretty bad. It looked like a broken leg, honestly. So they don't have him. It's going to be Waddle, Achane. Their defense, I'm not sold on either. So Bryce Young needs to have a good game if they want to pull off this upset. So give me the Panthers in a thrilling victory.
All right, we're skipping Houston, Baltimore. We're going to bring you guys that this weekend. God, we got to talk about the Ravens. Don't even.
Oh, come on. We love them.
Nah, damn, all right. But
I don't know about Dom, but I've watched every Ravens game, even if we went 0-16. That's just who I am. I just can't turn my back on him. Ever.
He likes torture, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, he's something for torture. But
I just fair weather fanery. That's all.
We're skipping that game for you folks, so we'll be bringing you that on this weekend before it. It'll be at 1 p.m., a part of that 1 o'clock slate. We move on to the 4 o'clock slate. We have those Tennessee Titans heading to Arizona to face off against those Cardinals. Gonz, who do you got?
I'm going to take the Cardinals. They're at home. They've been looking pretty decent at home. They did suffer their first loss of the year, and that was against Seattle, which was close. They actually made a nice comeback and tied the game late after a missed field goal, but the Seahawks ended up going down at the end and kicking the game winner. So they've not looked terrible this year. I know they haven't really played anyone until Seattle, and they did lose. But again, their cupcake schedule continues against the winless Titans. Cam Ward said it this week. We're ass. I mean, they're 0-4, whatever. Yeah. Give me the Arizona Cardinals in a pretty dominant victory.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals here. They need to bounce back. And Tennessee they just have not been playing well. If they want to give us Jeffrey Simmons, will I be mad? No. But either way,
call him, please. We need him. Lord knows we need him.
I'm taking Arizona here as well. All right, those Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Seattle. This is probably going to be a good game. I feel like it's going to be one of the better games of the Sunday slate. Gonz, who do you got?
This is an interesting one. I'm going to go ahead and pick Seattle. I think this being at home, I think Darnold's going to do enough. The Buccaneers defense has been solid this year, but there have been better teams that have shown the chinks in the armor. So I think that's Seattle, and I like Seattle's defense better. Mike McDonald's got those guys rallying to the ball, forcing turnovers, are looking good. I just think that it's going to overwhelm Tampa a little bit. They played pretty sloppily last week at home against the Eagles, even though they did fight back and try to win at the end. Baker turned the ball over too many times. And I think that's going to continue this week. Give me the Seahawks at home.
Whew, this is going to be I feel like this is definitely going to be one of the better games of Sunday. For me, it's either going to be Denver and Philly or this game, Tampa at Seattle, being one of the better games of the weekend. Maybe one of these other games can shock us. We'll see. I don't know why I'm leaning towards Tampa Bay here. I feel like Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay in this spot. Now, Seattle is going to be a tough matchup defensively because Mike McDonald just has that team rolling. On top of that, they will be without Bucky Irving in this game, so they'll be leaning on Rachaad White, who, again, is not a bad back at all. But Seattle's still stout in the run game. It's going to be a little interesting to see how they maneuver around that, but I don't know why. I just like Tampa Bay here. I just have a sneaking suspicion. So I'm going to take them here. Why not? I'm going to take Tampa Bay in this game.
All right. You're rocking with the Bucks this year. That's a couple times you picked them.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. It's just
again. So we'll see that.
Probably so. Maybe so. But, I mean, I have faith. Florida. I don't know. But
I can't talk. I'm putting my faith in the Panthers. So,
all right, next match up. Oh goodness, Detroit and heading to Cincinnati. Cincinnati. I don't know, man. I can't talk trash. I can't even talk trash about them because we're just as bad.
oh my gosh, that Thanksgiving Ravens Cincinnati game was going to be if Lamar is not playing for whatever reason, oh my God, just turn your TV off. That's going to be disgusting.
Yeah, because Burrow's not going to be back for another couple of months.
Lamar's on schedule to be back in a few weeks, but
Lamar's we don't know yet for sure. We don't know the circumstances behind it because I heard 2 to 3 weeks. I hear it could be week to week. I don't know. I really don't know.
But Rappaport said he's going to try to play this week, so we'll see.
I wouldn't rush him back. But as far as this game, I'm not going to lie. Detroit is going to probably have their way with Cincinnati, and it's not going to be pretty. Like it. They got spanked. Who just spanked them? The Broncos. Yeah, they're probably. Yeah, this Detroit offense is probably going to feast all day. Give me Detroit by a lot of points.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to be said about it. The way the Bengals have played in the past few weeks have been terrible. They were lucky to win that Jaguars game, or else they'd be sitting at 1-3 right now. So give me the Lions in a blowout victory. Yeah. Wow, Detroit, the line is 10.5. Wow.
All right, next up, this is another contender for a good game for the Sunday slate. Jaden Daniels will be returning as Washington takes on the Los Angeles Chargers at home at SoFi, right, is the name of the stadium for the Chargers. I forgot Rams and Chargers share stadium. This is an interesting one. I like both of these offenses right now, especially with Jaden coming back. He was a full participant in practice today. He's medically cleared to practice, so I expect his return for Sunday. Chargers are going to look for a bounce back, man. They losing that game to the Giants, man. And mind you, the Chargers are also in an interesting spot because they lost 2 of their best offensive linemen. Actually, I think 3 of their best offensive linemen, and Herbert was running for his life against the Giants and against that monstrous defensive line that they have. Man, actually, this is a difficult one. Gonz, what do you got?
I'm going to go ahead with the LA Chargers because I'll be honest. You said you liked their offenses. I don't think the Chargers have looked that great on offense. Let's break it down real quick. They looked okay against Kansas City. Okay. Vegas, they turned the ball over. They only eclipsed 20 points. It wasn't that great. That was a game dominated by their defense. Broncos, they eked out a victory, but it was not pretty. I mean, the Denver defense was getting after Herbert. He wasn't doing much. It was a gritty victory that they were able to pull out at the end of the game on a game-winning field goal. And then the Giants, they got stifled. Herbert, they are not able to protect him as well as they were in that Chiefs game. So I would argue against what you were saying, that the Chargers offense has not looked very good recently, and the defense has been the ones keeping them afloat. And I feel like that they are going to continue to do that, especially against Jaden Daniels and the offense. I know that the Commanders offense looked pretty decent with Mariota at the helm, but this is going to be a real defense. Unfortunately for Jaden, he missed out on those 2 games where they played subpar defenses. So now, I think the LA Chargers are going to get after him again. He's not going to be able to scramble a lot, and I think that Derwin James and all of those guys in the secondary are going to fly around and fly to the ball, force some mistakes, take home the win.
Yeah, I mean, Chargers I'm just looking at these Chargers offensive numbers. I mean, Chiefs, Herbert was 318 for 3 tutties.
That was good.
Raiders, he was, and I'm looking at the box score here. Against the Raiders, he was 242 for 2 tutties.
Well, but you got to watch the game. You got to see.
I guess the box score doesn't tell the whole story.
They were struggling. They couldn't put the Raiders away. The Raiders kept getting the ball back over and over and over again, and Geno kept throwing pick after turnover on downs or whatever. And the defense was the one holding the Chargers afloat in that one.
Yeah, I just realized too, their first 3 games were all divisional games, which is also hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, To be point, I mean, they're scoring 20 points a game, or at least 20 points a game.
That's
I mean, it's okay. I mean, the offense, it moves, right? Jaden, he's pretty much a big factor in that offense for the Commanders, especially with his legs, make big plays, especially they have a good comeback ability. We've seen them come back and be able to shock the world a couple of times last year. But I'm also going to take the Chargers here. I think the Chargers bounce back after their loss against the Giants. I mean, Herbie's going to be out for one. I think the whole team's going to be out for one after that loss. So, and I trust Herbie. This version of Herbie that we're seeing, he seems a little more dialed in, and Jaden is just coming back, so he might need, some time. So I'm going to take the Chargers here at home to beat the Commanders. And for the Sunday night football game, the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. New England is heading to Buffalo for Sunday night football. I'm not going to spend too much time on this unless in New England shocks the world, which is a possible, maybe. But I'm going to take the Bills here at home. I just think right now they're just rolling, and I think they continue to roll against the New England team, who is, I think, still trying to figure out their offensive scheme and really they're coming off a really good win. Well, they're coming off a win last week against, I forget their opponent already.
Carolina.
Thank you. They're coming off a good win against Carolina. Needed that, but this Buffalo team is just rolling right now. So I'm just going to take Buffalo.
It's no doubt that New England's more improved than what they were looking like last year. I mean, they've put up more than 30 points now at two games. And even in their losses, they've still had chances to win those games. I bet if they played the Raiders again, they would dismantle them. I think it was just week one. They were trying to get the rust off and get a feel for things. But I like the Patriots. But unfortunately, they're playing the Buffalo Bills, and the Bills continue their cakewalk schedule. I mean, this has got to be the most dumbest schedule I've ever seen. I mean, who have they've played the worst teams. I know Patriots are not one of the worst right now. They're 2-2, but Jets, Saints, Patriots. I mean, someone they've owned in the past few years, and then I'm missing whoever they played. I'm missing some other teams, some really bad teams.
Played us week 1, Jets week 2, Dolphins week 3.
Thank you. A garbage
Saints,
team.
Saints week 4, and now Patriots.
Garbage. I mean,
if we would have finished the job week 1,
they would have had a loss. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me the Buffalo Bills. They're going to get it done at home. It seems like they have. Do they ever play on the road? I don't ever see them play on the road. They're all at home.
They were on the road against the Jets.
I know. I remember. I'm just being facetious.
Their first 5 games are at home. I mean, they're 4 out of their first 5 games have been at home.
Oh, good. So they're going to go on the road.
Buffalo. They were at the Jets. Dolphins came to Buffalo. Saints came to Buffalo, and now the Patriots are coming to Buffalo.
All right. So I mean, their home games are going to be, or their away games are going to be in December, like ours. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. And their next 2 games after Patriots are going to be away because they have the Falcons and then the Panthers. All right. So now, final game, folks, of the Week 5 slate. We got Kansas City heading to Jacksonville, which is an interesting game. But I'm just gonna take Kansas City here. I just don't think Jacksonville. I just don't see Jacksonville beating Kansas City. It's also a coaching thing for me. First year, I don't know if it's a first year Jacksonville coach in I think was it Liam Cohen or is that his name? If I remember,
I don't even know.
Yeah, first year Jacksonville coach against Andy Reid and that play calling and Spags and that defense. Trevor Lawrence might be in hell, as the young people say. I just don't. I think the Kansas City Chiefs take it to Jacksonville. I don't think it's a blowout by any means. I think it's at least a 1 possession score at the end it, but I think Kansas City wins this one and they get to 3-2.
Yeah, I think just the coaching staff will be enough to get this job done. It might be close because the Jags have been a feisty squad this year. They just went into San Francisco and stunned the 49ers.
They did.
Good.
They did.
So what are they now? Are they 2-2 or are they 3-1?
I believe the Jaguars.
They lost to the Bengals. They won week 1. They beat
3-1.
3-1. Wow. Okay. I mean, if you want to shock the world, Jacksonville, go ahead. But I just think that it's going to be – I think the Chiefs will get it done in a closer game.
Yep. All right, folks. I mean, that's our predictions. Those are our what did we get right? What did we get wrong? I feel like I got all of them right. But
what is your upset pick of the week?
I guess technically it would technically be Tampa, but I'm just saying, like,
what a safe pick. That's fine.
Hey, listen, I took a risk last week. I'm taking risks these past 2 weeks.
Good, I love
2 weeks.
I love it. Good.
I have. I took some risks these past 2 weeks. I need to get an edge on, because you're gaining. So I need to separate myself before the end of the year. So that was a safe pick, I will admit. But hey, that's gonna be a good game either way. So we're winners. We're all winners because we get to watch it. All right, folks, those are our predictions for week 5. Please let us know what we got right, what we got wrong in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share with your family, friends, all that fun jazz. Thank you for tuning in to all these weekly Slate predictions. We truly appreciate it. We love doing them. It's fun because every time I beat Gonz, it's kind of fun to rub it in the next week. So he's had a leg up, but I'm looking for redemption in week 5. Gonz, any more final thoughts before we wrap this video up?
No, I'm excited. We got a good one tomorrow, Niners and Rams. So we'll get it started. We'll talk Ravens on the weekend.
We will be bringing you guys Ravens on the weekend. We got some lengthy injury reports. Hopefully it gets better by Sunday. We'll see. But yeah, again, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. We will be back this weekend ahead of Texans at Ravens this Sunday at 1:00. Until that time, we are signing off. I want to say go Ravens, but the team is just upsetting.
I'll say it. Go Ravens.
Thank you.
Don't be fair with a fan.
Go Ravens, I suppose. We'll see how that goes.